Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video where we're going to talk about how to deal with social media mentally.
I'll take you down with me.
I've had quite a journey through social media myself. I want to share my experience with you. And if you have some tips yourself for the people that are watching this video, post them down below in the comments and watch this video until the end, because at the end, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the whole follow, unfollow thing on Instagram. So stay tuned. The first tip I have is realize everyone is playing the game. And what I mean with that is that every person on social media is portraying themselves on a way that they want to portray themselves to other people. It doesn't say anything about themselves, how their profile is. It doesn't say anything about who they really are. It's just their persona on what they want to bring out to you. So realize that nobody is exactly like they're portraying themselves. Of course, there are people that want to be really real on social media, but still, it is social media. You're never going to see the real image of a person. You always will see the edited image, because you have to imagine that every post that you see, it has been planned or edited. The colors are different. People think about what they post. If I make a picture, I'm just gonna look on my phone, just gonna think of an idea, and then I'm going to do whatever. I do a couple poses to see what looks right, and then I take the picture. But because social media is so quick, people tend to, and at least I also tend to think that it's all so easy and that those pictures are so easy. Why can I not have that? And why can I not? It's all planned, it's all edited. Everybody is playing the game, especially on Instagram. I'm talking mostly about Instagram right now, but it also applies to Facebook and other platforms. But especially on Instagram, it's all about those follows. And you have to realize that there are a lot of people out there that that do it for the follows, or they need follows. Everybody wants to have follows, but there are also people there that want follows and are still genuine people. Tip 2 is that you can turn off posts on Instagram. You can go to somebody's profile and turn off their post notifications and also their stories. As a creator myself, I wouldn't like that if people would turn my notifications off. But maybe you want to follow some people, you want to check up on them once in a while yourself, but you don't want to see their post all the time because they post too much. Somebody that posts too much on Instagram, on their, not on their stories, but, well, that could be annoying too. I sometimes do that. But mainly, somebody that mainly posts a lot on their regular timeline, that can be very annoying. So please remind yourself that you can turn that off. And it also applies, for example, if you come across a person and you notice yourself that you start to think negatively about yourself, because that happens, sometimes you come across a girl or a guy that seems to have it all together, and you start to feel very negative about yourself, but you want to still follow them because they're very inspirational. I don't know, could be. You can just turn off their post notifications and for a while, and you won't be seeing that for a while. You need to take care of your mental stability, okay? So it's not wrong for you to do that. Tip 3 is, and that applies a little bit to the previous step, is you create your own environment. You create what you see on Instagram. You decide what you see. You choose what to see. You cannot comment on things. You cannot watch things. You cannot watch somebody's profile. It's you. You need to create your own environment. If you feel so negative on social media, please take a step back and think about, what are the people that you follow? How do you feel about the people that you follow? What are you doing yourself on social media that you don't feel comfortable with? It's very important that what you put out on social media is not like you're walking somebody else's path. You need to find your own path, and it's a journey, and everybody goes through that journey on social media, so you need to do that too. But also remind yourself that you choose what to see. If you are afraid of, I just say something very blunt, like very basic, but for example, if you're afraid of spiders, but you're going to watch clips of spiders every evening, you're going to get even more afraid. It's not helping you, but you're still doing it. You know, that's the same if you go on Instagram and you always go to profiles of people that you secretly are jealous of and you keep going there, and it's then it's logical that you're unhappy. But of course, you also need to find the reason why that makes you unhappy and such, you know, and that is all about mental health. And that's a subject I don't want to go into because, you know, that's really hard to do on a YouTube video. There are lots of channels about that. But of course, if you need mental help, the one best method is to go and visit your doctor. That's the best method. Those people have studied for it, and they are real live, you know, they sit right across of you. That's just something I wanted to say. Tip 4. Comments are as negative as you make them. So one thing that we all deal with on social media is negative comments. I get them often, people saying that they don't like my face, my hair, my body. They don't like my eyes. They don't like my lips. They don't like this. They don't like that. And it's all like very superficial. In the beginning, I deleted those comments, but sometimes I just leave them standing there because I want to see how I want to see that other people see how I react to them, because I feel like I have to set an example a little. I personally really don't get why people would leave hateful comments. Like, that is like a mystery to me. Of course, you could think like that is jealousy, it's hate, it is, but how can you take that step to actually write down a hateful thing and post it to that person? Like, what do you think you're getting out of it? Well, most of the time they want a reaction. They want you to react. If you react, like, make it a good one, or don't react. And I know the last part is very difficult, but if I think about it, I think it's because they want a reaction. They just want to see you mad. But you can think about it that way when somebody leaves a negative comment. Some people are afraid that it will be bad for their image or anything, but you know, one comment is not going to destroy your image. And if you want to be on social media and you want to make a life out of it, or you want to have a lot of followers and you want to have a community and stuff like that, you have to get used to the criticism, and you have to get used to a negative comment once in a while. Best reaction is no reaction. You can choose to not react, because that is, most of the time, that is what they want. Tip number 5 is set alarms. I'm looking at my phone. Set alarms to prevent you staying on your phone too long. This was a very, very, very handy tip for me. Of course, I have a puppy now, so I have more structure in my life. But when I didn't have the puppy, when I didn't have my dog, I caught myself just like in the morning, I woke up, I was looking at my phone, looking at all Instagram, Facebook, Discord, all the messages, and staying on there for like, I seriously, like 2 hours. That is way too long. So if you know that from yourself, like, take a good look at your structure during the day and how much time are you spending on your phone, and look at when are you on your phone usually. For me, it's in the morning. So I would set an alarm at 10 a.m. to make sure that, you know, you have to stop now. And you're probably gonna think like, why? You know, well, setting an alarm, you still, you know, have your own choice. You still, maybe you're not gonna stop after that alarm. But to be honest, I also didn't always stop with the alarm, but it reminded me to, you know, you need to get going. So after 5 or 10 minutes, I would still get going. Set an alarm if you're spending too much time on social media, because you can't spend too much time on social media. Social media is not real life. It is virtual life. It is not real life. Never compare virtual life with real life. You cannot compare that with each other. Even though, you know, and I hear a lot of people saying, but I have real friends online. That is so true. I have real friends online too, but it's always different than friends in real life. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's different. It's different than people in real life. People can be way different in real life than on virtual, and the other way around. Take that in consideration, and maybe I'm gonna make a topic about that also, like with friends online and how to deal with that. I think that's a good video topic too. So last but not least, what are my thoughts on follow, unfollow, and Instagram? Leave a like now on the video if you're still watching. And if you liked the video. When I started Instagram, I was really against the whole follow unfollow stuff. Like, there's some accounts that follow you just for you to follow them. But then somebody told me another perspective on this subject, what really intrigued me and actually made a lot of sense. Instagram is a really Instagram is a really big platform with a lot of people. So in the beginning, it is very hard for them to find you. For example, you have an account about vegan food where you advise people about how to be a vegan, how to cook vegan dinners. But nobody can find your profile because you're like in this wide web with people that like do all these different things but not the same thing as you. So what you need to do is you need to make yourself seen. You can do that through hashtags. You can do that through going through other people's profile and leaving a comment so people see you. But you can also do it through the follow, unfollow stuff. I follow you. Here is me. Do you like my profile? If not, that's okay too. You know, if you do, great, you know. So that was another perspective on it. And I was like, oh, but that is actually, you know, I thought that was the other side of it. And to be honest, you can get a lot of communication out of it because some people send you DMs. And in the DMs, it's very important, you guys. You need to be social. It's social media, so you need to be social. And if you talk with people in their DMs and get to know them, that is way better. You know, you can't expect from people to just like you. There has to be some personality involved too. So I'm sorry, but you gotta spend a lot of energy in the DMs. And sometimes you come across people that like are really helpful to you, or like are really nice, or maybe stick around for a lifetime. You never know. Okay, so those were my 5 tips on how to deal with social media mentally. If you have any other tips, leave them down below in the comments. And I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to look at the links down below and visit the Discord community if you want to stay updated about everything. Thank you so much for watching, Chieftains. I love you. Bye.
I'll take you down with